Welcome to the More We Know channel. Okay, let's jump right into this, because if you've walked into a showroom anywhere in Kathmandu recently, you've probably experienced massive sticker shock. Today, we are breaking down the exact policies, the hidden Bonsar taxes, and the undeniable market hype driving this absolutely insane price surge in the Nepali two-wheeler market.
Picture this scenario. You've been saving up for months for that perfect commuter bike. You check the price tag today, and boom, it's suddenly jumping anywhere from 15,000 to 30,000 rupees higher than it was just a year ago. Seriously. And no, it wasn't just standard inflation. We are looking at a complete overhaul of how motorcycles are brought into the country.
To put it in perspective, across the board, overall motorcycle prices in Nepal have spiked by a solid 8 to 15% between 2024 and 2025. That is a massively steep climb in a really short window of time. So what's the deal? Well, let's look directly at the government's regulatory playbook. Part 1, Government Rules and the Euro 5 Impact. Here's the thing. The enforcers of the Nepal Vehicle Pollution Standard 2082 effectively killed off the importation of those older, much cheaper BS4 motorcycles. Manufacturers are now legally forced to upgrade and align with strict Euro 5 and Euro 6 emission standards. And that cheap, older stock you used to see? Well, dealers cleared it out in early 2024, and honestly, it is officially gone for good. The reality is, going green comes with heavy hardware costs. You're now paying for mandatory engine upgrades. We're talking fuel injection systems, heavy-duty catalytic converters, and way smarter engine management units. Importers have noted that this mandatory tech actually raises production costs by 10 to 20%. And guess who absorbs that? Yep, it's passed directly onto your final price tag. Part 2, Superbikes and Taxes in the High-End Market. Now, welcome to the 2 million rupee baseline. Thanks to absolutely massive import taxes, nearly every high-capacity superbike is priced above 2 million rupees in Nepal. It's crazy to think about, but a bike that costs just a few lakhs right across the border in India will cost you more than a passenger car here. It makes this entire high-end segment completely inaccessible to the average middle-class rider. And despite that astronomical costs, brands like Ducati, BMW, and Harley-Davidson are still imported, mostly on a pre-booking basis for wealthy collectors. It is a market driven by pure, unfiltered passion. Though, I will say, if you are looking for the quote-unquote most affordable entry into this elite club, Benelli offers the TNT 600i starting at around 2.35 million rupees. Super affordable, right? Part 3, Blue Book renewals and sneaky fines. Okay, we need to talk about Blue Book Kokharja because the initial price is just the beginning. For Bagmati province, the annual tax scales incredibly aggressively depending on your engine size. A basic 125cc commuter, that costs you 3,000 rupees a year. But jump up to a 250cc bike and you are suddenly paying 12,000 rupees annually. And anything over 650cc is a whopping 35,000 rupees every single year. And that doesn't even count the mandatory extra 300 rupee renewal charge and third-party insurance layered on top of it. And here is a little dark humor for you. We've all felt that sheer absolute panic of seeing traffic police up ahead at Chobby Hill and suddenly realizing, oh no, my Blue Book is expired. And the government, they do not forgive forgetfulness. If you delay it within the same fiscal year, that's a 20% jariwana right off the bat. Let it slide for up to 5 years, you're looking at a brutal 32% compounding fine per year. It is literally a nightmare for your wallet. Part 4. The Yamaha XSR 155 and the hype tax. Now, this specific debate is tearing up local rider groups online as we speak. In India, a Yamaha XSR 155 or MT15 costs roughly 1.4 to 1.7 lakhs INR. But here in Nepal, you are paying nearly 6 lakhs NPR. And the wildest part, for that massive premium price tag, you don't even get basic modern safety features like dual-channel ABS. Seriously. So why on earth are people buying it? Well, as one diehard fan perfectly put it, every person who is passionate about bike, whenever they see this bike, they just stop and keep looking at it. This is the special thing about XSR, the look. It's the hype tax. For a certain segment of riders, practical value simply doesn't matter. They are willingly paying top dollar just to own that head-turning aesthetic. Part 5, Electric Vehicles and the Tax Loophole. But wait, there is actually a way around all of this. To fight the high costs, the government is quietly offering a massive financial incentive to ditch petrol altogether. While a Petrobike's Blue Book tax can easily scale past 35,000 rupees, an EV's annual tax maxes out at just 3,000 rupees. Plus, you entirely bypass that 10 to 20% showroom price hike caused by those new engine emission mandates. So, where does this leave us? The reality of the Nepali two-wheeler market today is that these higher prices, they are stable and they are permanent. The era of the ultra-budget petrol bike is fading fast, if not gone entirely. Now, in exchange, buyers do get cleaner tech and better fuel efficiency, but we are also seeing a much faster tax-incentivized adoption of electric scooters for city commuting. Which brings us to the final question you really have to ask yourself. With compounding Blue Book taxes eating your savings, aggressive engine compliance costs jacking up showroom tags, and the permanent death of cheap petrol commuters, are you finally ready to make the switch to electric? Think about it. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive and keep learning.